We may be able to avert one part of the fiscal cliff for now, but we're hardly on solid ground here. The American Taxpayer Relief Act of 2012 passed a vote in the House of Representatives, and it was full of small victories and concessions by both Republicans and Democrats. The Bush-era tax cuts become permanent for single filers making $400,000 a year or less and households making $450,000 a year or less. Looking for further signs of compromise amidst the Washington dysfunction? Start with the estate tax. It was raised from 35% up to 40% for the wealthy, a victory for the White House, but Republicans successfully lobbied to increase the amount of the exemption. Taxing the rich was one of the central themes of President Obama's re-election.
Happy New Year, everybody.
This bill would result in high-income earners paying higher taxes on investment profits, with rates on dividends and capital gains rising from 15% to 20%. For those people earning $250,000 or more, or couples earning $300,000 or more, the bill restores limits on personal exemptions and itemized deductions on those higher-income earners. The bill calls for a permanent fix for the alternative minimum tax, changing the income adjustment levels for inflation. That patch would prevent close to 30 million taxpayers from having the so-called wealth tax in 2012. The bill also extends tax credits for college tuition and the working poor for 5 more years. It also provides more federal support for unemployment benefits for another year. All of these were critical to President Obama. Even milk prices were addressed in this bill. Federal farm policies were extended through September. That means, among other things, that milk prices won't double. The deal nixed a set pay raise for members of Congress. Meanwhile, those blanket spending cuts to government programs known as the sequester, well, the sequester gets delayed for 2 months, right when Congress takes up the contentious issue of raising the national debt ceiling.
While I will negotiate over many things, I will not have another debate with this Congress over whether or not they should pay the bills that they've already racked up through the laws that they passed.
If you think this battle over the heavily compromised bill was ugly, just wait a couple months when the battle over spending cuts known as the sequester begins. Christine Romans, CNN, New York.